first pauri is a riddle, and it starts out, you don't get the riddle until near the end, where it says, but how can we know truth, and how can we look through the veil of this lifetime and this maya and all this physical, this body? How can we look through that and find truth? And the first part of it says how you can't find it. You can't find it by thinking and thinking. You don't necessarily find it by being quiet. You don't find it by having lots of worldly goods. So then how do you find it? And the very end tells you how you find it. Hukam rajai chalana nanak likyanal. By walking with God's hukam, by walking with God's command as it is written. So that's the answer. And how is it written and where is it written? One place that it's written is on your forehead, because we're told that our destiny is written on our forehead. So God's command for each of us is written on our forehead, for us to be the very special person that we can be. Going on to the second pauri, which is all about God's hukam, God's command. It says that we are all under God's command, that no one is outside of it. And then in this pauri it says, Nanak hukame je bujhe tahome kahe na koe. Nanak, when you understand hukam, when you understand God's hukam, then you don't act from ego. And now the third pauri. And the word that we want to learn in the third pauri is gaavai, which means sings. And it talks about how each of us sings about God in the way that we understand it. So that and in the way that it's written on our forehead to sing about God. So that all of our actions are singing about God. And this also brings into focus that in the Sri Guru Granth Sahib, in Japji Sahib, there's so much sound current words, the speaking, the singing, the listening, the repeating, the silently repeating, all of that is so important. And as we will see in the end, ends up with this metaphor about how the Shabad is created. So in this pauri it's gaavai. And now going on to the fourth pauri. And the fourth pauri says, how do I find God, and what do I say so that God will pay attention to me? How do I do this? And the answer is do sadhana. And in Japji, the way it says do sadhana is Amrit Vela Sachanao Vadhyai Vichar. So Amrit Vela, in the very early nectar hours, Sachanao, the true name, Vadhyai Vichar, greatness, contemplate. So in the early hours, contemplate God's greatness, contemplate the true name. And what is the true name? The true name is language and mantra and Bani. We once more get to the importance of language, mantra, Bani. And moving on to the fifth pauri. And something really wonderful here is the line, Gaavai sunya manrakya bhav. So once more we're dealing with sound current words, and this is Guru Nanak's understanding of meditation and understanding of what works in this time we live in, because this time we live in is not always so easy. So gaavai sunya manrakya bhav, we already did the gaavai. So gaavai is singing, sunya is listening deeply, manrakya bhav, and then your mind, your man, is filled with bhau, is filled with love. So that's Guru Nanak's description of what works, and it's his description of what happens when you do sadhana, when you meditate, when you apply yourself in these ways. Dukh parhar sukh garle jai, which is pain goes away and sukh, peace, comes to your home. So that's what happens. Both the fifth and sixth pauri have the ending lines that you heard just now. Gura ik dehi bujai, sabana jiyanka ikadata, so me visur na jai. So when things are repeated, it gives you a second chance to notice them and remember them. So the Guru has taught me this one thing, made me understand this one thing. Sabana jiya ka ikadata, that all beings are from the one Creator. All beings are from the one Creator. May I never forget Him. So lots of places in Japji we get reminded that judging each other is not so great.
If you like this video, click the like button.
And if you want to see more videos like this, subscribe.
When we engage with the Mool Mantra, it's a wonderful thing to take it really personally, that we can take it as a description of godlike qualities of God, but we can also, since we are a little bit of God, that we are part of God,